Welcome to Spinning Iris. It's Victober again, and yes, I'm not quite done with Banned Book Month. Once again, I tried to do too much and it's kicked me in the butt, so Banned Book Month is going to bleed into October a little bit. As it should. I celebrate banned books any month, any time of the year. Anyway, again, Victober is here again, and because time is a weird issue for me this year, I'm not going to be doing as much as I would actually like to, which is okay, because the book I was planning on reading for Booktober regardless fits 3 of the categories. Is Thomas Hardy's Far from the Madding Crowd. Lucy's challenge is to read a book with a female main character. Bathsheba Everdeen, check. Katie's challenge is to read a book set in either the country or the city. Wessex, check. Check. And the group challenge to read a popular Victorian novel. This, I believe, was a big hit for Thomas Hardy, so check. Yeah, I have not read this. I've seen the 2 major motion picture adaptations, one with Julie Christie and Carey Mulligan, respectively. So I know the basic story, how it begins, how it ends, but reading is different from watching, of course. And this is also my mother's favorite book, so there must be something great in here, worth reading. Kate's challenge this year is to read a Victorian sensation novel, and I know one of the suggestions was Wilkie Collins's The Woman in White, but that's a massive novel, and I want to give it the attention it deserves, so I'm reserving that for the BookTube spin list, so I can give it the proper attention when it finally gets around to it. So instead I'm going to work with what I have, and with the time I have, and the time I know I'm going to go with something on the short side. So I picked The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. So yeah, like most people, I kind of know the bare bones of what this story is about, but I've never read it. Familiar with the character, but more in the pop culture sense as opposed to the literary sense. I have read some of Robert Louis Stevenson before, and he's quite good. So I'm quite keen on seeing what this story is all about. And if I have time, I might peruse some of the other stories that are in here. 10 stories in here, so if I have time, that's the key word, if I have time, and since I'm through Far from the Madding Crowd and Dr. Jekyll and Mr Hyde, if I have time, I'll peruse some of the other stories in here. Or I might just dive into the Hound of the Baskervilles, which I didn't read last year. I know that particular novel kind of is on the very end of the Victorian era. It was published in 1901 in the summer or the fall, so just like at the very end of the Victorian era, so it still fits. And it's Arthur Conan Doyle. Can't go wrong with Doyle, really. I don't think I'll be able to do the Elizabeth Gaskell Gothic Tales. Again, mostly because of time, but I would like to get a copy of that anyway, since I don't have any Elizabeth Gaskell on my shelves, and I keep seeing her name pop up in various BookTube channels, so go hunting for that. If I read it for this or not, I'll just have to wait and see. As for the challenge to read aloud or have something read to you, I have no problem doing that. In fact, I know there's a scene in Far from the Madding Crowd which I think might be kind of fun to read aloud when I get to it. I'll have to wait and see when I get to that particular scene to see if it's worth reading out loud. Either way, I'll figure something out to read. Alright, so that's my very tiny TBR for October. Stay tuned for more. Take care. Bye-bye.